Hey everybody, Joel here. So we have a new gas range that we're going to be installing, and we do not have a gas line for it. So I'm going to try my hand at installing a gas line. I think I'll be using a flexible yellow gas pipe for indoor use, but I'll show you downstairs where I'm going to take apart the existing gas lines and put in a manifold just to make a little better installation. So hang in there and enjoy the video. So down here in the basement, we've got a 3/4 line coming in from the garage. And we've got a 1/2-inch line coming down here to the water heater. And also another 1/2 inch continuing on going to the furnace. So my plan is to take and use the same yellow pipe and run over to the range from this location. Going to take off this 3/4 here and put a 90-degree elbow straight down, and then in this area there will be a wall eventually under this beam. So in this area we'll have a manifold where I've got a 3/4 coming down, and then there'll be a 1/2-inch shut off. I'll have a shut off on that 3/4 and for a main, just for this little manifold system here, and then a 1/2-inch shut off for the water heater, and then a 1/2-inch shut off for the furnace, and then I'll also have a 1/2-inch shut off for the new range that I'll be piping in. So I'm going to go assemble that manifold out in the garage, and we'll go from there. So this stand is pretty neat. This was my grandpa's. He was an electrical contractor back in the 50s, and this old rigid pipe stand has been around since then. My dad had it after he had it, and then I inherited from him and have been dragging it around from house to house every time we move. And boy, it really is nice for this type of stuff. You can lock in your pipes, do some threading, just do anything you need to do. The old tri-stand. This one looks like, oh, it's a number 450. It's very interesting. But I'm starting off with a 12-inch, 3/4 inch nipple. And this is where the 3/4 comes in. I'm gonna put this 90 in first. So that'll come down from the ceiling, and then we'll start assembling from there. So I've got that first 90 in right here. You can see I've got some yellow thread tape on that. That is actually gas thread tape. UL listed for utilizing on the black pipe for gas fittings. So I just want to make sure that we're putting this on correctly. So it'll spin. Oh, I got to tighten up my pipe here in the jaws. Now that's in there good and tight. You always got to think about how you put this thread tape on, because you don't want it to go the opposite direction of the way that you're going to thread your piece on. And in this case, I'm putting a T, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and then I'll be putting this cap in to this end just for a future expansion if I ever need to. I don't know that I'll ever need to, but it'd be a good place to bleed out the air also. So just always like to think ahead. Since I'm planning this and putting it together, I might as well make it work for me for the future. Get a few good wraps of this yellow tape on. I think my pipe wrench is from the 50s also. This is an oldie here. I've had this for quite a while. I don't know what name, just says guaranteed on it. Not sure the name brand on this one, but I've had it for quite a while. Swanson wrench, possibly. Those jaws really hold that nipple in there nice and tight. Now it's important that I line these up because I want everything to be in the same plane. So we've got to make sure that these are in the same plane, parallel with each other. So I don't want to spin it too far because then I'll have to back it off. So let's see, it slipped just a hair. Can actually slide it in a little bit more. Right there. So there we go, and then I'll put some tape around this, and we'll put that plug in here, and then we'll go out with the manifold the rest of the way here. Well, you can get the gist of what's going on here now. I forgot in that first clip, I forgot to put the shutoff valve in that 3/4 line before putting in the 90 or the T. So then I just went to another 3/4, 3/4, 3/4 T with a 1/2 inch, oh my bad, 3/4, 3/4, 1/2 inch with a 1/2 inch shutoff. And now I've got a 3/4, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and I'll have a 1/2 inch shutoff out of here. I have to tighten this one down. And then I'm gonna come out with a 90 up to a 12 inch nipple to match this 12 inch nipple. And that'll be the one that goes back out and 90's out to the furnace. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this one tightened up. I was using that old green wrench, but the teeth were just a little bit worn down on it, so it wasn't grabbing the pipe quite as nice. I was slipping off quite a bit, so this one is working a lot nicer. It's pretty new, rigid pipe wrench. 16 inch, I believe. What do we got here? Oh, it's an 18 inch. Oh, don't want to spin that guy. Might have to put that 14 incher back on here again to hold it while I get these tightened in. So I think I can get one more spin on it. I think that's gonna be it right there. And I've got the other 1/2 inch shutoff going in here, and then I'll have one more coming out 90 here and straight up. Here we'll get this last 1/2 inch, 12 inch nipple in to get back up into where the joists are. So we've got our shutoff valves, and this 12 inch nipple will be going up into the rafters. Tighten that in. And I've got a 1/2 inch 90 here somewhere up at the top of this. That'll join into the furnace. This will be for the stove, water heater, and here's our main coming in from the outdoor service. Help if I went the right direction. So here we'll get a better overview straight on of what's going on here. So 3/4, 90, coming off of the 3/4 main that comes from the meter. And then we've got the 12-inch nipple coming down into the 3/4 shutoff. So this is basically a shutoff valve for this manifold. If I want to work on anything right in here, that'll protect me. I won't have to run out to the meter and turn it off. Then we've got this plug here, 3/4 inch plug, outside of this T, just in case we ever need to tap in for anything else. And then coming over with a 1/2 inch, this will likely be the water heater. So a 3/4, 3/4. Then we've got a 3/4 to 1/2 and a 1/2 here. This will likely be for the new stove. And a street elbow, 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch here, running up through this shutoff. And I'll have to get I've got a 90 laying around here somewhere. I just have to get that and put that in. And that'll run out to the furnace that's up here. The CSST, I believe, is the yellow flexible gas line that they used in this house. And that's likely what I will use moving forward with the range. So now we got to go downstairs and start taking apart what we've got and then hooking in this manifold. Okay, down in the basement now. I've got the manifold down here that we just put together in the garage. Sorry for the lighting, it's just my basement fixtures, porcelains. This is what I pulled out. The T, that was a 3/4 coming in, 1/2 inch coming down to the water heater, and a 1/2 inch going out to the furnace. And I took all of that apart, and I've just got the parts up here hanging, so I remember exactly how they went in. I've never worked with these fittings before, but they look pretty basic. I've seen them used at work. I've seen the water service guys hook them in, so shouldn't be that much of a trouble. But this this manifold now is going to go right in place like this. So I'll have that 1/2 inch out to the left, 3/4 coming in to the right. A water heater will tie into this one. So I'll start working on getting this assembled back together, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go, everything back assembled. Sorry for the furnace noise, air conditioner just kicked back in. It's 100 degrees outside. So if you recall, that's where the old T was, up there, and the new manifold just fit right in. Just got a couple of dangling wires here. I'll address those sometime. And likely I'll have a wall under here, so I'll strap these nipples back up there at that time. And did a pressure test, did a leak test. Everything seems to be shining up really nice. Furnace right here. Water heater coming down here. And the main for my manifold here, coming in from the meter. Everything went back together really nice. Pretty tight working in here, but I just pulled these down so I could work on them down underneath the beam. Had to pull the straps off, and that worked out pretty good. Just gave me some better working space in order to get the wrenches in, to get good pressure on there. But everything turned out great. So the future stove is right here. That will be a different video. I'll run that gas line in, still have to get the pipe for it. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.